Ah, screw it. I'm having too much fun. Let's keep going. And from what I know, I think we just about solved this puzzle anyway. So what we're supposed to do, and I kind of feel dumb for not thinking about it, but we're supposed to convert ZERO into hexadecimal. And when you convert ZERO into hexadecimal, you end up with 4 sets of 2-digit numbers. 8 numbers. There you go. And just to make it a little easier so I don't have to convert it, I looked up what the hexadecimal was really quick. So let's enter these really quick, shall we? 8 digits, huh? Once I put in the 8-digit number, I just press E to enter it. And if I mess up, I guess I just press C. Thanks for the assistance. It's not like we've done this 5 times already. Alright, let's give it a shot. Alright, so I'll write this down on the screen. The Z gets converted to 35. E gets converted to 14. R gets converted to 27. And O gets converted to 24. There you go. And I probably would have stumbled around for 30 minutes trying to figure it out had I not looked it up, so I feel no shame in looking it up. Yes! It worked! Good job, Junpei! Excellent, you seem to have unlocked it. Good work, Junpei. Alright, let's go! Nothing stopping us now, let's get out of here. What did that camera have to do with anything, I wonder? Like, I don't feel like the camera was helpful in the slightest. For anything. Though it was a little odd that there were so many, like, screens everywhere. Like, if you remember, before they changed to saying 0, there's a bunch of, like, screens everywhere, so whoever's in this room could theoretically monitor everything. Which kind of makes that guy seem more like 0, but I still feel like he's not 0, I don't know why. They stepped out of the captain's quarters and into another hallway. Ooh. The hallway stretched out in front of Junpei for a bit, before turning left like a great backwards L. Junpei rounded the corner and took off down the straight hallway. Wow, that's a bit of a hallway. He ran. And ran. And ran. At the end of the hallway was a door. He made straight for it. He was nearly halfway to it when he noticed a piece of paper in the middle of the floor. What was the piece of paper doing in the middle of the hallway? Junpei skidded to a halt. He dropped down to his hands and knees and quickly tore the paper off the floor. Well, I'm pretty sure that's not good. Don't tear the paper. Now he had a chance to examine it more closely. It was clear that it was a map. More specifically, a map of the ship's interior for the A-deck. That's the floor we're on now, right? I think. What's wrong? Ace, slightly slower by virtue of his advanced age, had finally caught up to Junpei. Junpei said nothing, simply showed Ace what he had found. He looked at it long enough to determine what it was, and nodded. I see. With that, he began running again, past Junpei. Junpei shoved the map into his pocket, and got up to follow Ace. But something stopped him. Hey, where's Clover? He turned around. Uh-oh. Somebody nab her? Dang it, where the heck is she up to? Or what the heck? Junpei muttered angrily under his breath and took off back the way he'd come. As he stomped around the corner, he saw her. She was standing in front of the door to the captain's quarters, her hand on the doorknob. As Junpei watched, he closed it, gently and quietly. What are you doing? Nothing. What do you mean, nothing? What's in her pockets? Clover had unconsciously put her hands over the pockets of her jacket, as if trying to hide something. What is that? What? You've got something in your pocket. What is it? Oh, this? Oh, this is... I wonder. What? Come on, we gotta hurry. With that, Clover ran, straight past the somewhat confused Junpei. That was suspicious. As he did, he caught a glimpse of her back. Sticking up from her collar was something that looked like a big wooden stick. Uh-oh, I have a bad feeling about this. Hey, Clover, what's that thing on your back? She didn't respond. Instead, she quickly turned the corner and disappeared. Junpei did his best to convince himself that it would make sense later, and ran off after Clover. I have a feeling it might not. Junpei pushed through the door and found himself in a large room with a large set of stairs. Oh, this place is familiar. It's just what he expected to see after reading the map. His "I see" after reading the map himself meant that Ace had probably realized the same thing. Junpei looked around, but Ace was nowhere to be seen. He put his hand on the handrail and leaned over to look down. There he was. And not just Ace, Santa, June, Seven, and Lotus as well. Well, it's good everyone's not dead. Junpei and Clover glanced at each other and hurried down the stairs. They reached B deck at the same time. Jumpy! Clover! June's face was excited. Something had happened. That much Junpei could tell simply by looking at her. What's up? Given their situation, he was not inclined to be excited about sudden developments. June, however, couldn't contain herself. We found it! Found what? We found it! What did you find? The last door! We found door 9. Oh, that's... Okay, that's something to be excited about. Oh, what? Come on, just follow us. We'll explain on the way. Okay, let's go. Seven turned and jogged off down the stairs. The rest followed. We finally made it. The relief and excitement in her voice echoed what each one of them felt. Yeah, it's finally time. Junpei wasn't quite ready to believe they'd really done it. At least, not just yet. Still, if everyone said that was door 9, then it probably was. He could feel his heart racing. A mixture of anticipation and fear ran through his veins, and he could feel his legs shaking. He was doing his best to maintain a sense of healthy skepticism, but he couldn't deny that the prospect of escape was an exciting one. But there was one thing he couldn't get off his mind. The numbered door could only accommodate between 3 and 5 people. That is true. Are we going to have to, like, draw numbers and then come back and get them later? There were 7 of them on their way to door 9. That meant, best case scenario, there would be 2 of them they would have to stay behind. That would have to. He didn't have any solutions to that problem yet, but he was desperately hoping one would present itself. Junpei looked over at the clock. The hands indicated that it was 4:30. They had 90 minutes before their time was up. Hey! Junpei! June! What are you doing? Hurry it up! Santa's voice jolted Junpei out of his reverie. Reverie? I'm not familiar with that word. I'll look it up later. Let's go, Jumpy. June took off down the stairs, jogging as quickly as she could. Junpei followed. They were quiet for a while until... They had just reached C deck when Clover spoke. Hey, what about door 2? Everyone else stopped. Well, we know door 2 ends up just leading to a torture room. They all turned to look at Clover. Seven spoke. What about door 2? Door 2 is the only one we haven't gone through it, I mean. Yes, that is true. Are you guys okay with that? Not investigating it, I mean? So what? We found door 9. We don't need any of the other doors. What's the point? What's the point in going to door 9? We can't all go through it, can we? Then we should do what we have to do before we go any further. What? It's like a jigsaw puzzle. The best way to finish it quickly is to do the border pieces first. You know? Or what? You think all 7 of us should go to door 9? And then we argue over who stays behind and who gets to go? Do we really want to do that again? Who knows? If we check out door 2, maybe we'll find something. Maybe we can find a way to get all of us out. I don't know what might be in there. We might not find anything. But don't you think it'd be better to at least have a look? I mean, am I wrong? Does that sound wrong to you guys? That sounds very wrong. Yeah, you do have a point. The others nodded in agreement. The last time I checked the clock, it was 4:30. It's not like we've got a lot of time, but if we're quick about it, we might have the time to take a look. You're right. Let's go take a look at door 2. That sounds like a very, very bad idea. They were back in front of the elevator. Nearby was the large hospital room. The elevator could take them down to door 2. After a few minutes of discussion, they decided that Clover, Santa, and June, and 7 would go. Which equals 2. Alright, let's get going. I'll see you later. Okay, be careful. I don't know, this just sounds like a bad idea. They climbed into the elevator, and Junpei listened to it creak and rattle its way to the bottom deck. Only Junpei, Ace, and Lotus were left. As the elevator rumbled out of sight, Ace spoke. Lotus, would you be so kind as to go with me? Go with you? I didn't think people still talked that way outside of the 1950s. Well, I'm a mother. Would that be a problem for you? That wasn't what I meant to. I was hoping you would come with me. Seriously though, I was kidding. So, where was it you wanted to take me? There's something I wanted to show you. Hey man, what? I'm not important enough? Well, it's not like that. Once I've shown Lotus, I'll show you. Really? Of course. Ace's smile was friendly. Friends are how you die. Fine. Do whatever you want. Thank you. Are you coming, Lotus? Fine. It doesn't look like they're going to be back anytime soon. I might as well go see whatever it is you think is so important. Thank you. Well then, shall we go? Still a little worried about that stick that Clover had with her. Not gonna say anything, but I'm pretty sure everyone knows what that stick is. Ace turned and began to walk. Lotus followed. They disappeared into the hallway on the left. So what does Junpei do? He's got nothing to do now. Just stand around? Junpei wasn't sure how long they'd been gone when the elevator suddenly opened. Hey, there's nobody in it. Oh, it's Clover. A single person stood there. Uh-oh. I have a bad feeling. Clover. She looked at Junpei, then slowly, purposefully stepped out of the elevator. The door closed behind her. Where's everybody else? What happened? She didn't answer. Instead, her eyes swept the room and then settled on Junpei. Where are Ace and Lotus? Junpei explained what had happened. Oh, then they went over there? Her voice was small and timid. Yeah, I think so. He repeated his earlier question. So, where are June and Santa and 7? Why aren't they with you? You really want to know? I don't really want to know, Clover. There was something wrong with her smile. Yeah. Okay, sure. Here, let me show you. Clover pulled something out of her pockets and tossed it onto the floor at Junpei's feet. He looked down. On the floor in front of him were 3 metal rings. Bracelets. Uh-oh. Wow. Okay. So, I have a bad feeling about this, like a very, very bad feeling. Oh my god. Oh. Junpei collapsed. No. No way. This has got to be some kind of joke. This can't be real. Junpei's body felt like rubber. His heart felt like a cold lump in his chest, and his hand shook uncontrollably. Sweat poured down his face. The 3 bracelets sat there on the floor before him. He could see the numbers on their faces. 3, 7, and 6. Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. Yet again, there are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escaped from the ship. Which, maybe if they're lucky they did, but I have a feeling that didn't happen. 2. Your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or detects that its wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically. That is a funny picture, sorry. But, why? Junpei's voice was flat and broken. Clover's response was cold. Revenge for my brother. He was forced into that door 3 and murdered. You need at least 3 people to open a door. Who were the 2 that opened that door with him? It could only have been Santa and Seven. That's why I killed them. Which would make sense, but aren't there other possible combinations? But why? Why did you kill June? Because she tried to protect them. She was in my way. She had to die too. No. No. Junpei shook his head, trying desperately to wake himself from what had to be a dream. It couldn't be real. It just couldn't. Hey, Junpei. He felt Clover's hand on his shoulder. No, don't let her put her hand on your shoulder, Junpei. Yep, and there's that picture again that was in the iPhone version, but they had reused it at the stairs to have that different ending that didn't exist. Her smile was wrong, horribly wrong. Her face looked like a mask made from stretched human skin. The smile that parted her lips did not extend to her eyes. They were dead and empty. The girl in front of him was no longer the Clover he had known. Perhaps she was not even human. Let's go. Her hand reached out towards him. Let's get out of here. Let's leave the ship. Oh, what are you talking about? To open a numbered door? Yes, I know. You need at least 3 people. But as long as we have this... Once again, Clover reached into her pocket and pulled something out. It was another bracelet. Did she cut the... Did she... Or not cut, I guess because it would come off. Did she take his bracelet to the 0? Yeah, I thought so. You've got something in your pocket. What is it? Oh, this is... Nothing. Which, if you add... Let's see. Clover's 4, Junpei's 5. If you add that to 0, that would still end up being 9. And that would allow you to go through. See? You get it now? If we have the 0 bracelet, we can leave. You and I can open door 9 with just the 2 of us. 4 plus 5 plus 0 equals 9. See? So let's go! Come on! Hurry up! She shoved out her hand again. Junpei looked up at Clover. She had the face of a demon. But there was something else. There was a holy light that surrounded her. She was both a fierce god and a benevolent goddess filled with love. Junpei? Her voice was soft. Her eyes weren't empty anymore. They were deep, so deep Junpei could feel himself falling into them. He felt dizzy. There was something oddly bewitching about her. His mind was beginning to crack, and his heart began to melt. Junpei... The hand she was offering him. It looked so soft, so inviting. Junpei reached out with his own trembling hand and closed it over hers. Yeah, I kinda thought that was gonna happen. She's probably gonna... Her idea is probably going to take Junpei's bracelet and then get out by herself. Junpei writhed in agony. He shuddered and twitched, his body spasming as he went into shock. He screamed until his throat was torn and bloody, and then screamed more. His cries echoed across the room. Eventually his movements slowed, and then faded. There was no more strength left in Junpei. He could feel his body begin to go numb. He no longer felt pain. He no longer felt anything. Whatever Junpei had been was gone. The last remnants of his mind began to fade. Even as his vision faded to nothingness, he saw Clover. Thanks, Junpei. I'm just gonna borrow this, Kay. Her smile was cold. What was left of Junpei's conscious mind drifted away. All that was left was a twisted, broken corpse. And there's ending number 2 for you. At least our ending number 2. I'm not sure how it rates on their endings as a whole. Sorry about going extra long. I could tell that it definitely felt like it was wrapping up, and I wanted to keep going with it. Lots of fun though. I enjoy this game so much. I just can't wait. Like every single day that I get to record this, because I record it every other day. It's absolutely exciting. I go through class and I'm like, I can't wait to get home, and I record it, and I can't wait to edit it. I can't wait to upload it. It's so much fun. I love this game. It's amazing, and I'm really glad I'm playing it. Let's see. Can I skip through this? Yeah, we're gonna skip through this. So that's ending 2, and we will go on our next ending next video. Yeah, save. I mean, not next ending. We'll start our next playthrough, next one. Oh, yep, there's the axe ending. I believe RCX was talking about this at one point. He said he knew one of the endings was the axe ending, and that definitely seems like an axe ending right there. My opinion. I knew Clover was gonna go off the deep end. She just seemed like that was what she was gonna do. She was gonna go crazy and go off the deep end. But anyway, that's it for today's episode. Let me know what you guys thought of this this playthrough. No, please, I don't want to hear the intro music. And let me know which ending I should go for next, because I don't really know. I mean, I could just take a different path and try it, but if you guys think there's a good one to go for next, let me know, and I'll go for that. I liked that ending, though. I could kind of see it coming, but it was still exciting. So anyway, I'm Mr.250, this is 999, and we'll continue from here next time with our next playthrough, and keep in mind if there's anything cool along the way that I need to look at, or, you know, that I missed that's kind of funny to look at, let me know, and I'll look at it along the way. But anyway, thanks for watching, see you next time, bye! Okay, a little something I wanted to add on to the end here, because I actually had to run off to class right after I finished the episode. So this is a little bit later. This is about 6 hours later. I just finished editing after class and everything, and because I was in class and, you know, to and from class, I had a little bit of time to think, about this ending. There's a few things I'm not gonna. The word isn't bother. The word is, I don't know the word. It's mysterious, and I want to know more. So I'm intrigued. I guess that would be the word, intrigued. About our from this ending was that the guy Zero. First off, I don't know if he's actually the Zero, or if he's just a guy with Zero, but he's definitely a new guy. We don't know. I mean, we don't know anything about him, and he looks like he's a part of the game. He's got a bracelet on, but he's dead, and I'm wondering who killed him, and if he, you know, maybe he was the guy that killed us in the first playthrough. I don't know. So I'm very interested in that. And Ace, I'm only interested in Ace because he's kind of mysterious. I don't know a lot of information about him. And the thing that most interests me is the fact that right before Junpei died, Ace went off with Lotus to show her something. And I'm kind of curious what that was. So I don't really know about that. And then lastly, we got that library card, or we got the card for the bottom deck that said library. And I don't know much about that either, you know, because all we did was we got the card, and then shortly after, everyone split up, and then everyone got chopped up. So I'm sure that'll come into the story later, maybe in another playthrough. I'm almost sure of it. So those are the things that I'm currently interested in, just to keep you guys in the know about what I'm thinking about. Those are the ones that are currently interesting me. So anyway, please let me know where I should go next for my route. Sorry about the long video, I was just so excited I couldn't help myself. And next time we will go on our next playthrough and work towards our next ending, and it'll be like I say, it will be lots of fun. It really will be, because it's I'm very much enjoying this game, and I hope you guys are too. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you for our next video. Bye.